It's time for the real opening night with a 10-game slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more basketball. This time it's a 10-game slate, none of that 2-game stuff. What a day. I mean, if we're going to have one of our worst beats of the year, we might as well just get it over with in the first day. 1 and 2 day, we did hit a plus 140 bet. So again, all half unit plays, very small loss for the day. But Dante DiVincenzo, we will talk about that one in the recap in just a little bit. But before we get anything, real quick, call sheet. If you guys don't know, me and Ryan are having a ton of fun using it. It's just like stocks, but it's buying and selling contracts on all world events. You can do anything from movies to video games to politics to weather. You guys have seen us do some trades of the day, regulated in all 50 states. It's absolutely a ton of fun. Use the link below, click on it, $500, or first 500 people get a $20 bonus credit. So go check out Call Sheet. But I'm ready to get into it and this big slate, and we're going to go with an NBA fun fact today to get it started. So here we go. Jamal Crawford, from my neck of the woods-ish, is the only player ever with 50-point games for 4 different franchises, and that's not it. He's also the only player in NBA history with a 50-point game as a starter and a 50-point game coming off the bench. He was a freaking scorer, and he was good in his prime, that's for sure. But in this video, like I said before, we don't have much research to give out yet, but we will be giving out defense versus positions, shooters on fire, against the spread, over-unders, things like that. But that will come soon. So we're just going to start it out with yesterday's recap, and then we're going to give you our 4 best bets that we have, and then we'll finish it with the bets recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. Help this channel grow. Help that algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, as we're now on our way to 31,000 subscribers. All right, it's time to talk some basketball, and it starts with the recap. All right, I cashed on all bets on players 38 years or older yesterday. That's right. Big Al Horford over 2.5 assists, crushed the line. He is the man, plus 140. If you still get it at plus 110, plus 120, still nice value. An easy winner there. The blowout was concerning a little bit, but he picked up, I think, 2 assists on back-to-back possessions in the second half, so that was a beauty. And this one, guys, Dante DiVincenzo, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. He's sitting at 16 PRAs. And he never records another one. He had 3 potentials that I saw in the fourth quarter that all turned into 3 brick shots. He attacked the rim one time, got blocked. And oh, by the way, he missed 2 free throws this game. He is an 83% free throw shooter, and he bricks 2 of them, goes 2 for 4. Just needed 1. It just is what it is. It's a half unit loss. You take it. It won't be the first bad beat, obviously, but that was an absolute brutal one to take. Would have been a winning night, but Timberwolves money line was my actual bad read. They came out looking horrendous. They looked like they didn't want to play an NBA basketball game yet. They were getting out hustled, out rebounded, and they finally picked it up a little in the second half. Too little, too late. They weren't playing defense. It looked ugly. I'm going to be honest with you. Congrats to the Lakers on the win. They did look a little bit better. So 1 and 2 day, again, there's all the record. All the records down 0.5 units with a 1 and 2 record. So we move on. We'll have all the breakdown on the bottom, as you can see. But that's the recap, and now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Philadelphia, home of the Cheesesteaks. 76ers hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks minus 3.5. Total in this game is 224. Injury news, Joel Embiid out. I mean, he's resting, I guess, from the preseason. Just picking up where he left off. Paul George out for this game with a knee injury. Giannis is probable. And Chris Middleton also picking up where he has left off the last 3 years. He is out for this game as well. Just want to point this out. These props have been moving drastically, and I've been giving these out all day long on Discord. That link is below. It's completely free. I'm not charging for picks, but they got out the picks a lot earlier. We can't record these at night, so if they did move a little bit, I'm sorry. That's just what they do, unfortunately. But here it is, bet number 1, and we are starting out with an under. Give me Tyrese Maxey under 7.5 assists at plus 105 on DraftKings for a half unit. I'm going to have 3 half unit plays today and 1 full unit play. But on this one, Embiid is out, and it's absolutely huge for him to go under 7.5. Let's dive right into Outlier and show you some of the numbers and just explain why I like this. So here we are. We're on 2023 because that's all we can do right now. He was under this in 53 of 77 games. Already a 69% hit rate just overall, averaging 6.23 assists per game last year. Now, let's take it without Embiid on the court. So if we go up there, We can click on that without player, Joel Embiid. How did he do? Well, how about under in 27 of 34 games and a huge 79% hit rate, and also only averaging 5.56 assists per game with Embiid off the court. If you watch their games, you know why. If you can't get it to the big man, you're not going to get those really, really easy assists. And he's also not going to have Paul George to kick it out to. He's not going to have Tobias Harris anymore as he's off the team. He's going to have to rely on getting assists from Kelly Oubre, Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin, Andre Drummond. Those are the guys. It will not be easy. And let's take a look at the matchup. I know the Bucks weren't great defensively. I make fun of them all the time, but versus point guards, as you see right there on the right side, they allowed the 8th fewest assists to the point guard position. Why is that? Well, because they let point guards score at absolute will. I mean, they can't defend them. So if you look at their points, which I've seen, it's not on this page right here, but they've given up the 5th most points to the point guard position. That's what I'm saying. They love to give up points, but they do a pretty good job at limiting easy assists. And without Embiid, I mean, he's averaging a couple assists under this line. It was at 8.5. It went to 7.5 pretty quickly. And then Maxi's already a guy who loves to score first. He has to carry the load offensively. I think there's a chance the Bucks kind of run him out of the gym a little bit because of who's on the court for them. But this number is just too high for a point guard in Maxi, who I think takes a ton of shots, but I don't think he's going to get any easy assists at all here. So give me Maxi under 7.5 assists at a great value of plus 105 as my first best bet. All right, this second one takes us out to Miami, Florida, where the Heat host the Orlando Magic in the Battle of Florida. I just made that up. But Heat minus 2.5. Total in this game is 208.5. No injury news really that's of significance, I guess, in this one. But we have another under. Make it 2 in a row. Give me Tyler Hero under 19.5 points at minus 105 on Bet365. This is a half unit play. Everyone's healthy for the Heat, and we're going to talk about why that's important. Let's dive into Outlier and check out the numbers. So here we are, 2023. If we scroll down, we realize he went under in 47% of his games last season. But the Heat's main four, that in my opinion, that's Terry Rozier, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo, the main scorers. They were not on the court for very long. So let's go add them now, and we can say games with player, and we can click on those players and see what they did. So first we're going to go to Bam, and then we're going to scroll down. We're going to check out little Jimmy Butler and then finish it with Rozier. We hit apply, and now we scroll down. We see they played 10 games together. And guess what? He went under in 8 of those 10 games. One of those unders was against the same Orlando Magic team with 14 points. He only averaged 17.7 points per game in those 10 games. It's kind of thrown off by his one big game. But the two overs, guys, they were against the Spurs and the Pacers. I mean, we know two terrible defenses that can't stop anybody, but under an 8 of 10, gotta love that. And then we look at the matchup over here. If you know anything about the Orlando Magic, you know they are a top 5 overall defense versus the shooting guard position. How about giving up the 3rd fewest points per game to the shooting guard position? They have one of the best defensive backcourt duos in the NBA. They just added Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and they have Jalen Suggs, 2 of the better on-ball defenders in the entire NBA. They are going to make life very difficult on Terry Rozier and Tyler Hero on this one. Now let's look at some team stats. So if we scroll down over there, as you can see, you get a ton of info with Outlier. Again, click that link below if you want to join 7-day free trial. But you can go all the way down there to the pace down there, I think you see. And you'll see these are two very slow-paced teams. Orlando Magic 25th and then 29th for the Miami Heat. Less possessions, obviously, is better for an under, but this is going to be a slow defensive grinder with not many possessions, as you can tell by the total for this game. I think Tyler Hero honestly needs to have a very good shooting night versus a top-tier backcourt defense in order to go over this line, which obviously could happen. It's basketball. He could just be lights out, even with hands in his face and all that, but I love the number here, under 19.5. I think he goes over yet again with a fully healthy Miami Heat team. So give me the under for 19.5 points for Tyler Hero as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to the Pacific Northwest, where the Blazers host the Golden State Warriors. Warriors minus 5.5. Total in this game is 222. Injuries. Shaedon Sharpe is out. Robert Williams, center for the Blazers. He is doubtful. Matisse Thybulle out. And then Steph is questionable. I think he's good to go. But my best bet, this is my 1-unit play for the day so far. Again, I'm going to probably add 1 or 2 added plays, so check the pinned comments, X, and Discord. But this is my first 1-unit play of the season. Give me Scoot Henderson over 16.5 points plus assists. I got this at minus 125 on ESPN bet earlier, kind of middle of the day on Tuesday. Again, it's a 1-unit play, but Scooter Scooter. He had a rocky season to start out his NBA career, that's for sure. He did play better in the second half though, but this line is way too low for a guy who's going to have the usage that he is going to have. So Malcolm Brogdon from last year, he is gone. Shaden Sharp out with an injury. It's just going to be him and Anthony Simons in the backcourt. I'm expecting big minutes here, probably 32 or more minutes from him. Last season, even in a kind of up and down season, he still averaged over 19 and a half PAs with 28 and a half minutes per game played, and that was with Malcolm Brogdon, Shaden Sharp most of the time. So let's take a look at this outlier screenshot. This is insane, guys. This is a 20 of 20 games. Now, no Shaden Sharp, 30 plus minutes or more played last season, and he went over this in 20 of 20 games. That is, let me do the math, a 100% hit rate. Even without that, I knew this number was too low. And even some of those games had Malcolm Brogdon. Again, he is not a Blazer anymore. So it's just absolutely incredible. If you want to talk about the matchup, Warriors were ranked 21st and 24th versus point guards with points and assists allowed. Probably going to see Steph Curry on him a lot, which is fantastic. Not known for his defense, especially at this time in his career. So this isn't last season. He is going to be playing big minutes. The Blazers are just in a complete rebuild, and they're building everything about him around him. They want him to just be kind of the center and the focus and just play free. I expect, like I said, 32 plus minutes. This 16 and a half line is too low. It is a 1 unit play. If you can only get 17 and a half, I absolutely love it there too. So let's hope Scooty McScootersons has a great game to start his second season in the NBA. Give me his over 16 and a half PAs as my third best bet. All right, before we get into this final best bet, we got to talk to you about this Bet365 promo. Limited time only. You bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets, and it happens instantly, guys. All you got to do is click the link below to sign up. Once you get your account, you deposit at least $10 in your account and just bet 5. Whether you win or lose, you are getting $200 in bonus bets. And you're going to see some odds here that I give you this season that are going to be from Bet365 because they have some great value. You saw it in the opening night when we got plus 140 on Horford. It's just, I always recommend as many sports books as possible. So if you live in a state that gets Bet365, now is the time to take that jump and join with Bet365. So, of course, you must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, back to the bets. All right, this final one takes us out to Houston, Texas, where the Rockets host the Charlotte Hornets. Rockets minus 6.5. Total in this game, 229.5. We're going to get right into the best bet, and it's not a player prop. Give me the Rockets minus 6.5 at minus 115 on DraftKings for a half unit. This young Rockets team is a team I'm high on this season. If you watch my season preview, you will know that they played really well down the stretch. They finished the season 14-6, including an 11-game win streak. The offense really picked it up in their last 20 games, averaging 119 points per game, playing at a faster pace. But this Rockets team, we've talked about it before, they are absolutely elite at home. They want to take the next step. They have to be better on the road, but guess what? This game's at home. That's all I care about. The second best against the spread team last year, 27-13-1 at home. Hornets on the road, third worst against the spread team, 15-26 against the spread. The Rockets covered also by over 4 points per game, so they played really well. Held opponents to 110 points per game at home. Offensively, they scored 116 points per game at home, 112 on the road. But Hornets injury, they have one that's actually decently big, I think. I'd still probably like it without it, but center Mark Williams is out again. He always is. It's a big loss, especially defensively. They don't really have many guys that can protect the rim on this defense. And the Rockets had the 11th highest percentage of their points coming in the paint. I think they're going to be able to score at absolute will against this Hornets team with nobody there to protect it. Rockets also the much deeper team. You guys already know that, but I am really excited to see rookie Reed Shepherd, one of the best three-ball shooters that we've ever seen in college. He is exciting to play. We'll see how many minutes he gets, but he's going to add depth, especially in the backcourt. Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore, who can be like kind of a walking bucket sometimes when he's feeling it. Tari Eason, rebounder, scorer. They just have much more depth because the Hornets bench, guys, it doesn't have much size, and it's not very talented. We're talking Trey Mann, Cody Martin, Grant Williams, Mitchich, and then Nick Richards. Or maybe he starts at center. I mean, it's just absolutely brutal there right now for the Hornets. So they don't impress me in really many categories here. And then going into Houston, it's going to be tough. I think Jalen Green takes another step forward as a scorer in this league. He had a great second half of the last year, as you guys remember, especially when Şengün went down. I think the Rockets easily roll here in the opener, especially without Mark Williams. I think this Hornets team is probably a bottom 5D when they don't have Mark Williams. So give me the Rockets minus 6.5 as my final best bet. Again, any added plays, and I will have one, maybe two, will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. There it is, the 4 best bets so far for Wednesday. Tyrese Maxey under 7.5 dimes for a half unit plus 105. Tyler Hero, I always want to say Hero every time I see his name. I don't know. Anyways, it's late. Sorry. Under 19.5 points, minus 105. Scoot Henderson, the only 1 unit play so far for the Blazers, over 16.5 points plus assists at minus 125 on ESPN Bet. And then the Rockets, minus 6.5 to hopefully put a beat down on the Hornets, minus 115 on DraftKings for a half unit. So that's what I got for today. I'm excited. Let's get this NBA season rolling. Hopefully, DiVincenzo got that bad beat out of our system this week. But thank you guys for watching. Just a reminder, our NHL Best Bets video also will be out, so go check it out. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Appreciate the support. Hope you have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.